So within the last year, celebrities and their lack of finances has been the topic of their expression, but in my opinion, everyone seems to be ignoring the negative side effects of the silent depression. Let's discuss. Testing. 1, 2, 3. This is the Fallen Prince by the name of Beasley. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Beasley here. I hope you all are staying cool, calm, and collected out there. So did you guys miss me? Because I missed you, and I'm back to give you guys a worldly economic review. Now, since I've been away, this video may be a little long because I have a lot to say, and it may come off as a little pessimistic, but I'm just trying to be 100% realistic. So if it sounds like I'm complaining, I'm not complaining, I'm just explaining. Y'all, when it comes to today's economy, now, there are a lot of people that are surviving and thriving in this economy. Shout out to y'all. I would call y'all the 1%, but it's now the 0.05%. But when it comes to the way everybody's moving today, it just feels like nobody wants to admit that they're broke. You're broke. I just want to bring everybody back down to reality, and I'm also going to later on spill my own tea, but let's talk about some celebrity tea, some celebrity financial tea. And you know, I always got to tie my talking points to celebrities because it's the easiest way to get pushed out the algorithm, and right now I don't even think I have a pubic hair within the algorithm. But the first celebrity I want to talk about is Blac Chyna. Now, you guys, when it comes to Blac Chyna, I must say that I really admire her because Blac Chyna to me is real. I like Blac Chyna because she came to us with a bunch of low vibrational BS, but now she's giving us like something of substance and character. Like, she is a true influencer and a trendsetter. Like, even though she ushered in BBL culture and OnlyFans culture, she was actually the first influencer to dispel that culture and expose that culture as not being like the ticket to the high life. Like, you're gonna have to keep giving and giving and giving once you enter that life, and that's not the life to live. It's nothing but a life full of strife. But Blac Chyna like exposed the OnlyFans culture. She was the first celebrity to dispel and remove herself from the Illuminati, and now she's the first celebrity and influencer to admit that she's broke.
Angela White is broke.
Oh! IRS, you hear that? Do you rent or do you own?
Own.
Okay, all right. How much is your house worth in Cali?
3.8.
3.8. You got an extra room for me over there? What's your credit score?
768.
How much money is in your checking account right now?
3,000.
Now, Blac Chyna, a lot of people think that she was in debt because she sued the Kardashians and lost, but I honestly think she was broke before that, and that's the reason why she sued the Kardashians, so she can get some back pay and, you know, continue to live the high life. But I think even she realized that even if she were to win, that money, it was still going to run out quickly, like no matter what, because these days it's hard to keep up a lifestyle, especially when if it's a lifestyle of abundance. I just have to give it to Blac Chyna. She was the first celebrity to just keep it all the way real. Like, yeah, I may be keeping up appearances and you see me in Gucci and gold, but at the end of the day, I only have $3K in my bank account. After she admitted that she was broke, a lot of other celebrities admitted that they didn't have it like that anymore, and they were negatively impacted by the pandemic, inflation, and also the actors and the writer strike. The main actor that admitted that they were affected by the writer strike and the actor strike was Billy Porter. Billy Porter, if you guys don't know him, he was on Pose, and even like during the writer strike and the actor strike, he actually had a movie come out. He was the fairy grandmother on the Cinderella remake starring Camila Cabello. Didn't see it, but that movie had a big budget, and I will say, you would think that you had a movie come out during this time, like you would think that you would be racking up all this money, like a check from that, and also residuals from Pose. But a lot of people forget that the actors and the writer strike started because these people were not getting the residuals, like the amount of their residuals that were due to them. Therefore, during that time, towards the end of the strikes, Billy Porter had to sell his house. He had to sell his house, and he admitted that he damn near was in the poorhouse.
You know, Billy Porter is one of those actors on strike, and he's just joined the list of thousands of people out of work. And he says financially impacted by all this. So the actor is selling his house, saying just like many artists, he's living check to check. In an interview with UK's Evening Standard, Porter says, quote, "So to the person who said we're going to starve them out until they have to sell their apartments, you've already starved me out." Porter made history as the first openly gay black man to win a drama lead actor Emmy for Pose.
And we also have the actress by the name of Naika King. Naika King, if you guys don't know her, she is the mother of Zendaya's character on Euphoria. Absolutely love that show. Season 2 was phenomenal. Naika King is actually the most recent celebrity to admit that she is broke as fuck, down on her luck, and she hasn't paid her rent within 6 months. Due to the extended break of Euphoria, which if you guys don't know, Season 2 of Euphoria ended, I think, about a year ago, if not more than a year ago. I think it actually ended like right towards the ass end of 2022. Don't quote me. This is just me talking out the dome. I didn't do a lot of research. It is what it is. But due to the extended break of season 3, and granted I'm a fan of the show, but in my opinion they can keep it at this point, but nobody knows when season 3 is going to happen or if season 3 is going to happen. So she hasn't been able to book a gig since. That is wild, you guys.
I don't fucking know. Don't ask me. I don't know. I know. It's one of those things. People are like, we need season 3. I'm like, bitch, I need season 3. I haven't paid my rent in 6 months. And Zendaya's over in Paris at Fashion Week. I'm like, bitch, come home. I need you. Mama needs you. Y'all laughing and I'm serious. I haven't booked nothing since Euphoria. This is some bullshit. I thought my career was on the rise. After Euphoria, I thought I was good. It don't work that way. I called Taraji. She was like, bitch, get used to it.
Euphoria is a very trendy, very recent show, and her acting on that show was phenomenal. You would think with people seeing her, like the higher-ups in Hollywood, seeing her on this show literally act her heart out in every single scene, you would think that they would hire her for something. But it's wild to me that she has not been able to book a job since. Not even a commercial gig. Like, what is going on to where you see this phenomenal actress literally giving a role, like giving her all to a role, and then after that you just don't see her again? Like, what is really going on in Hollywood? But a lot of these celebrities are ashamed to admit it because of the public opinion. Now, we see these celebrities, they're supposed to be living the high life, they're supposed to be in Gucci and gold and the latest designer, you name it. But a lot of people still to this day don't realize that a lot of things are given to them and they're propped up to look a certain way. A lot of them are living check to check just like the rest of us. But baby, most of them can't even really live check to check, because to keep it all the way real with you guys, now with me, I have one half of a foot into this industry, but I can tell you, once you book a gig and do a gig, it takes about a few weeks, sometimes months to get paid from that gig. And it takes a while because you have your agent finger fucking that check, you have your publicist finger fucking that check, and if you're smart, you get taxes taken out, so you have Uncle Sam finger fucking that check, and you're basically just left with the rest. Scrap. So therefore, a lot of these celebrities, I think it's like hush hush. Like, they just keep it on the hush, keep it on the down low, that they're not moving and living the way they really want to. It may look like they are, but they aren't, because they don't have the funds like that, especially readily available. A lot of people could look at somebody and be like, oh, you were in this movie, like, aren't you a millionaire? Bitch, no. And it's crazy, like, even A-list celebrities are feeling it. For example, Taraji P. Henson. Now, you guys, during that whole entire The Color Purple movie tour, she kind of turned that into the Taraji P. Henson tour, because she exposed that she almost had to walk away from the movie because she was not making the amount of money that she needed to make. And I really feel like, honestly, I feel like at the end of the day, when it was all said and done and the check cleared, I feel like that check was just going to go to her bills and that's it. Like, I really think that she was on that stage crying because she knew, like, once she does all this work and gets paid, she has to use that check to pay everything else. So therefore, these celebrities, baby, are hurting. Like, they're absolutely hurting. Especially with the fact, going back to Black China and OnlyFans, like, we still have celebrities that are joining OnlyFans to this day. Like, for example, Rachel Dolezal, whatever her name is, Queen Blackface, like, she is She got exposed and got kicked out of her teaching job because she had to join OnlyFans to supplement her income. And even like recently, there was like this WNBA star by the name of Elizabeth Cambridge, who's actually like 6'8". Like, Jesus Christ, that's a big ass bitch. But even recently, she joined OnlyFans. So my thing is this: y'all know the economy is in the damn gutter if a WNBA star, a low-key lesbian, is joining OnlyFans, showing that cooter. And this may be slightly off topic, but it's still on topic. I'm gonna make it on topic. Another thing that is hurting in this world are these major, huge companies in like the tech industry and even the gaming industry, and also the people that are employed by these companies within these industries, because all of these companies are having these mass layoffs. Like, every time you look up, like, y'all, we're only in March, barely in March, and we're having like companies within the tech sector and the gaming space laying off employees, like up to, I'm talking like in the thousands, like thousands of employees getting laid off all at once. Like, for example, gaming is the most financially abundant it has ever been. Even though, in my opinion, in modern day, these video games are just absolute trash. The gaming industry is raking in a lot of fucking money. The company Sony, who makes PlayStation, laid off 900 employees, you guys, after raking in billions from last year. And I think their fourth quarter ended this year, raking in billions. They laid off 900 employees. That shit is wild. Y'all, I never thought I would ever see the day that people would have to fear for their job in the tech space. Like, I thought the tech space was always secure, but it's not secure because this world is not secure. Now, y'all, this is just my opinion from what I see. I think these companies are like you and me. Like, a lot of these companies are walking around not wanting to admit the amount of debt that they're in. I have a theory that they lay off these employees to make them look better on paper. Like, yeah, they may be raking in millions and billions per year, but they're also in a lot of debt, probably within the millions and the billions. So therefore, once they rake in that money from all these employees, they put in all this hard work, they then fire those employees so they can recoup their salaries and make it look like they made even way more money than they made in the past year. I mean, hell, I used to work at Saks Fifth Avenue, and a former coworker like recently spilled some tea to me, who actually worked for the brand Charlotte Tilbury, that Miss Charlotte herself is pissed with Saks and is probably on the line, like on the verge of taking all of her shit out because they have not paid their bills. Like, Saks Fifth Avenue, even though it's in the retail space, they may seem like a high-end luxury store, but they're broke as fuck too, in debt. They have not paid their bills. Like, my coworker told me that Miss Charlotte Tilbury is not sending them stock of her products until maybe like May, if not June. Like, they have her looking like a buffoon, and she's on the verge of taking her shit completely out of every single leg of the Saks Fifth Avenue stores. So you guys, we're struggling, and these companies are struggling too. Just like me and you, they don't want to admit it. But going a little bit further back to the celebrities, I want to talk about the shame they feel whenever they come out. They feel the shame because they're working and living in a dream industry, doing a dream job. And to them, like to the public, it's like, okay, you should have your ducks in a row. You should have your shit together. You make all this money. Why can't you just downsize? Or why can't you just get a real job? Why can't you get a real job? And in my opinion, I get it. Yeah, why don't they get a real job? But at the same time, for those of you who work a real job, have you ever felt a time in your life where you truly shined? If you're somebody that is truly out there shining, it's hard to humble yourself and go back to a position in life where it literally dims your light. Now, y'all, even though I am not rich or famous, I have a lot of empathy and can relate to these celebrities. Because one thing y'all like to see is when I shift the focus back to me, Beasley. So I will give you guys a little bit of my tea. Actually, all of my tea. It is what it is. We know each other. But during the pandemic, before the pandemic, I was on the fast path to being a basic bitch. just working in corporate America, just living life being soulless. About a year after the pandemic, I couldn't find a job in my field that I worked in originally in corporate America anywhere. Like, I applied to probably 40 different positions, would always get runarounds, long drawn out interview processes, and a bunch of other BS to a point where I was just fed up with it. But one thing that I always regretted in life was not pursuing beauty as a career. So I decided to go back to the retail space because, in my opinion, back in the day when I was in retail, that was the first and only time I felt like I truly shined in life. Like, when I would like style somebody from head to toe or pick out like a perfect fragrance for them, like, it made me feel good because I could look back on something and say, I did that. So I found a job in beauty at Saks Fifth Avenue, and I was like the first person to start doing like full face makeup again after the pandemic. And the look that my customers would give me of just gratitude and satisfaction really like warmed me inside. Like, it was a feeling that I had never really felt, especially working in corporate America, where, in my opinion, unless you are a high-standing person in a corporate setting, it's kind of hard to look back on the day and say that, oh, I did that. Like, it's hard to look back on the day and say that I contributed something to this whole entire corporate space. Like, really, for the most part, if you're not one of the higher ups, you're just a cog in a well-oiled, sometime rusty machine. Y'all, like, the few months before the pandemic, I was just sitting up there collecting check. Had no passion, no purpose, and no place to be. Just there collecting all the fees. So therefore, as a celebrity that is actually shining and actually providing value to the world, I can see how it is hard for them to take a step back and just be a cog in a machine instead of being the machine. But back to me, in my reality, I can honestly say for the first time in my life, like, I'm on a good path to chasing my dreams. However, there were a lot of bumps in the road, and to keep it all the way with you guys, right now I can honestly say, and it's hard for me to say, but bitch, I'm broke. Yes, me, Beasley, I'm broke. That's why I call myself the Fallen Prince, because I'm broke. Broke as fuck. I mainly became broke because a year after I started in beauty, at one point during the summer, they started to cut back on hours. They were cutting back on hours, and I tried to find a part-time job, couldn't find one, so therefore, like, I just had to work with what I had. And luckily, I had a few acting gigs and modeling gigs that kind of like kept me afloat for the most part. But, you know, there was a lot of other expenses, you know, paying rent, and then I have a car that's paid off but old as fuck, and therefore it broke down many a times, and I had to rack up debt trying to get it fixed. So therefore, I looked up and it's like, bam, I'm in debt and I'm broke, living pillar to post. But one thing about me, I still carry myself a certain way, so people automatically don't think I'm broke. Like, I have friends who make way more money than me, friends and family members, asking to borrow money from me. And it's like, damn, if y'all are asking to borrow money from me, then you must really need the shit. So therefore, I give it to you, even though I'm the one sitting here pouring from an empty cup. Another reason why I think people feel comfortable borrowing money from me is because even though I'm broke, I'm gonna be broke and fabulous, bitch. Like, I'm always going to be put together because I know how to dress, I know how to shop, and I just know how to put things together, and I have great taste, and I know what looks good. So, baby, these days of high inflation ain't gonna steal my joy or my style. But I will say, I think that's why people feel comfortable borrowing money from me. And with the fact that, like, I am nice. Almost too nice. Y'all, these days, it just feels like no matter how much money you make, it's just never a fuck enough. Like, you can make $100,000, and to that person, it may feel like $30,000 because of this high-ass inflation, high-ass gas, high-ass everything. Like, it's just like... It's like, can we catch a break? Like, can anybody catch a break? I just feel like in this life, I've done everything that I've needed to do, and it feels like no matter what, I'm still not making like forward movement in life for some reason. Yeah, the reason why I take these breaks is because, bitch, I'm broke, I'm depressed, or I'm either in class, or bitch, I'm just laying down tired. Like, that's the reason why I take these long breaks, because You know, I'm a feel-good person. I want people to feel good when they see me, but bitch, like, even before I filmed this video, like, I was meditating on this floor right here, and then I just bust into tears crying. I was crying for a good hour and some change, you guys. So, like, I want to come to y'all, like, right and cool and funny, but bitch, I'd be depressed. I'd just be depressed and just, like, broke and just downright tired. Another reason why y'all don't see me, and relating this back to celebrities, is behind the scenes I do go on a lot of auditions, and it's crazy because going on auditions, that's a job in itself, an unpaid job. Baby, these actors, they be working, they're just not paid. Auditions are work, and that's another thing that a lot of like normal people don't understand. The people that aren't in this line of work understand. Like, they work, they're just not paid. You are literally going into these auditions on a hope that your performance will get you in the door and get you a good check. A good check. For example, you guys, last week I had an audition for a commercial that was actually a SAG commercial. SAG-AFTRA, meaning that it was going to be seen on a global scale. And you guys, for the first time during an audition, I had the casting director tell me at the end of my audition, wow, this is exactly what we were looking for. So it's like, that was like an instant ego boost. And then on top of that, it's like, okay, cool, I got this in the clear. Baby, that following Saturday, I was humbled because my agent told me that I was released from the project. And I was just like, released? And she was like, yeah, the casting director loved you, but it's not up to the casting director, it's up to the client. She basically said that everybody at the office was surprised because I didn't get to see the pay scale of this job, but based on her expression, like in her voice, she was like, it was some money. And y'all, I actually called out of work to go on that audition. So therefore, I was hurt. I was hurt, and that's another reason why I was down and depressed. And the crazy thing is, like, you would think that, like, oh, you have this degree, you're signed to an agency, you're getting your master's degree, literally killing myself getting this master's degree. You would think that I would be, you know, on this level of just like high, like energy, like just high abundant energy. But bitch, no, I'm broke. Like, bitch, I'm so broke. The max I spend on gas is $20 at a time. Bitch, I'm so broke. I now get my nails done once every 2 to 3 months. Bitch, I'm so broke. I'm now putting Shein clothes on Klarna. Bitch, I'm so broke. I steal toilet tissue and paper towels from my parents' house. But you guys, no matter what, even though this is like the brokest time of my life, in some weird way, I feel happy. And I'm happy because I know things are going to change, and I know that I'm on the right path in life. Like, I've gotten so many confirmations that I'm on the right path in life. And the crazy thing is, when you are doing bad and really down on your luck, it's so easy to feel alone. But I know in my heart of heart that I'm not alone. Like honestly, are y'all going through the same thing as me financially? Like, just keep it all the way real with me in the comment section. Because honestly, I just feel like everybody's just numb, to keep it all the way real. Like, I just feel like everyone is numb. Baby, not to cry like a cliche millennial, but I just feel like we have been through so much economic bullshit, which is the reason why we're just numb to the bullshit. Like, we have seen every single recession, every depression, every succession to the depressions, such as a whole entire pandemic. And then on top of that, every single day, it just feels like this world is on the verge of ending. Like, I literally talk to God sometimes when I see some fuckery. I'm just like, God, if you want to come wrap this shit up, come wrap it up like a condom. But overall, y'all, thank you for watching this rambling ass video, but I just had to keep it all real with you guys. Like, I just am very worried that everybody is just trying to like walk around like everything is okay. And for a lot of people, things may be okay. A lot of people are like thriving and surviving. But baby, consider yourself highly blessed and highly favored. And to my people that are struggling, just know that this shit is temporary. Just do your best to crawl out of the hole, and God will make a way for you. The Lord will make a way somehow. But those are my views. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to come back at you guys with some more content.